Welcome to Sky Broking Commodity Weekly Market Commentary. Disclaimer: this weekly market commentary is for information purpose only. Before taking any decision, consult a financial advisor. Major data of this week has inflation related data and the economic related data, and the major events like US Fed Chairman Mr. Powell speaks on Tuesday and the US FOMC meeting minutes on Wednesday. Now let's see the precious metals outlook. Gold and silver has news like the dollar pulled back slightly since the US inflation data is releasing earlier this week and the US yields have steadied. The Fed is likely to make a tapering announcement in September, and the Jackson Hole event in a couple of weeks could be the platform to lay the groundwork. Fundamentally, this is a slight positive news for precious metals. And technically speaking, last week we mentioned gold and silver may expect a selling pressure ahead, and that had exactly happened. And in this week, gold may expect a positive bias and silver also may expect a positive bias. So these are the major precious metals outlook. Now let's move on to see the energy outlook. First is crude oil. It has a news like oil prices have rebounded a bit again on Wednesday thanks to the overall risk-on theme returning to the markets after the Senate passed the crucial $1 trillion infrastructure spending bill. Fundamentally, this is a positive news for crude oil, and technically speaking, crude oil may expect a mixed trade in between 4908 to 5235 levels. Next is natural gas. It has a news like the US working gas storage volumes increased by 49 billion cubic feet for the week ended on August 6, slightly more than what the market expected, as the NYMEX Henry Hub winter strip declined following the announcement. Fundamentally, this is a negative news for natural gas, and technically speaking, natural gas may expect a short covering rally near 287 range. These are the major energy outlook. Now let's see the base metals outlook. First is copper. It has a news like the red metal was supported by the impending strike at Codelco's Andina mine after the company failed to reach an agreement with the two main unions and the facility. This is fundamentally a slight positive news for copper, and technically speaking, copper may expect a positive rally to be continued once if it closes above 745 range on daily basis. Next is aluminum. It has the news like aluminum primary foundry alloy PFA premiums were unchanged this month in Europe and the United States. This is fundamentally a neutral news for aluminum, and technically speaking, aluminum remains in a mixed trend. Next is lead. It has news like in spot market, spot prices fell slightly while the market maintained quotations with premiums. Downstream purchase was mainly driven by rigid demand. This is fundamentally a slight negative news for lead, and technically speaking, lead may expect a mixed trade. Next is zinc. It has news like China possible added tariff could impact zinc consumptions even further. This is fundamentally a negative news for zinc, and technically speaking, zinc remains in a profit booking in between 254.3 to 256 levels. And finally, it is nickel. It has a news like demand for nickel from new energy sector stayed high while refined nickel inventories kept falling, supporting nickel prices at a high. This is fundamentally a positive news for nickel, and technically speaking, nickel may expect a slight positive rally. And these are this week's Commodity Weekly Market Commentary. For more profits and information, visit our website www.skybroking.com. Thank you by Sky Broking.